Let's create 4 on paper using acrylics, pencils, and crayons. Hello and welcome. This is Betty with Betty Frank's Art. Super happy you're here. All right, starting off with some hand lotion, just so I can easily wash off the paint because I know I'm going to get paint on my hands, and any kind of hand lotion will work. You don't have to get the fancy stuff specific for painters. All right, I am picking out, first of all, the tape. If you want to know what tape I'm using, just leave the word tape down below and I'm going to send you a link to it. I am using Nova Color paints, my absolute favorite. We're starting off here with titanium white, putting some of that out. And then we're going to go with, I believe this is phthalo turquoise, yes. And then, let's see what else we're going to do today. Now I recorded this several months ago. Let's see, something yellow, iron oxide. Can't remember the whole name. As I was saying, I recorded this several months ago, back in April. Right now, we're beginning of July. It's July 8th. This is Carbon Black. So it's July 8th. I'm in Croatia doing the voiceovers, but I created this when I was in my RV earlier this year. And so I am finally getting around to doing the voiceover. This is the yellow ochre. For a while there, when I was driving in my RV, I hit this bump. My water jug spilt right on top of my computer, my laptop. And so I ended up having to buy a new laptop because I completely ruined it. And it took me months to, finally get all the software on there that I was using before, get it all set up. And then I was having an issue with my video editing tool, which is what I'm using right here. It's an Adobe video editing. And then it turns out I had to upgrade to the latest version in order to get it to work. So anyway, here I am, happy to be here. All right, so I did put down some pencil markings, just picked out whatever I had in my stash there, pencils, crayons, colored pencils, all that good stuff. Here I'm using black and I'm just kind of putting some here and there. Wiped off my brush with all that black on it, dipped into the white, and I'm just putting down some structure here. I really want to try to stay loose. I have this tendency to start tightening up, and I know I've talked about this before, but honestly, it's an ongoing struggle for me. And if you're feeling that struggle too, leave a comment down below so that I don't feel like I'm the only person that is constantly struggling with trying to stay loose. All right, so we're just moving through here, and as I mentioned, I am using Nova Color paints. They are my absolute favorite, and I'm going to put some information here for you. I do have a bundle called Betty's Bundle, and if you're interested, it's 16 paints. That includes black and white, and they're my go-to colors. And I believe most of these, except for that one iron oxide one, is not in Betty's Bundle. So that's the only one that isn't. I do have, other colors that I've used over the years, but, the Betty's Bundle tends to be my go-to colors. All right, here I've created a nice neutral color, which is kind of a greenish, brownish color. And now I'm coming in with that phthalo turquoise. And I did add some water to my brush. I'm in my RV and I do have long sleeves on because it was still a bit cooler in April, but I think I added water because it was drying out a bit. I might actually have the heater running, who knows? I can't remember way back then. So here I am switching over to my rigger, which is a brush with very long bristles on it, which makes for some really fun marks, especially if you use it like this to fill in, because it kind of jumps around and it doesn't completely fill in. And I really love that because then I can see some of those previous layers poking through a bit. Now that's probably not the right way to use that brush, but you know what? Use your tools that, the tools that you love, use them to work for you. So whatever you need to do to make them work for you. Now I can tell I am creating in the afternoon. You can see that shadow from my rag there. So it is probably afternoon. I very rarely will create in the morning. I'm more of an afternoon person when it comes to creating. Although I will jump on my computer first thing in the morning and start doing work on my computer. And I know that that comes from, 25 plus years of working in corporate America, working for high-tech companies. I was constantly, first thing in the morning when I get to work, I was on my computer. So that's kind of ingrained in me, and I still like to get that kind of, what I call my desk work done in the morning hours so I can do something creative in the afternoon. All right, using that yellow ochre here, really love that color. Now coming in with some even smaller lines. What I love about, and I didn't talk about this at the very beginning, these are taped down, and I did put a layer of gesso down before I started recording. So I did prep it a little bit. And I have just fallen in love with creating 4 at a time like this on paper. For one, working on paper to me means that I can just stay loose, well, relatively loose, because it's just paper. You know what? If it doesn't work out, no big deal. I didn't spend very much money on this piece of paper. By the way, the paper I'm using is Bristol paper, which is my absolute #1 favorite because it is super smooth. Even though I like a lot of texture in my paintings, I like to create the texture myself. Therefore, I like to start with a really smooth paper. And if you want a list of my favorite art supplies, just leave the word favorite down below, or leave the word resources, actually. That's probably a better keyword. Leave the word resources and I'll send you a link to all of my favorites. All right, coming in with a little bit of a darker value here. And that sun is going to kind of throw things off a bit because it's really coming in on the side there. Maybe I should have closed the curtain on that side because I do have a window to the right of me as well.
I'm going to interrupt my own video to ask you if you could please give me a thumbs up. It really means a lot to me, and it helps other folks find my videos. And also, if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything, and it gives you an opportunity to find out when I have another video available. I'm excited to be here and build this community with you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, let's get back to the fun.
All right, so values are so important in your paintings. And oftentimes I'll start off with a lot of those mid and darker values, and then I'll come in with some lighter values, and then I'll kind of go back and forth. But anyway, I think earlier I was saying how much I love working on 4 at a time like this on paper. Again, paper is not expensive. It's fun to tape them off so that you can, kind of have a reveal at the end. They have some nice clean edges. And especially if you put down the gesso at the beginning, you're going to find that you'll have crisper edges. And that's why I've been really loving putting down the gesso at the beginning. Now, if you would like to create with me or learn from me, I've got a number of different online courses. And one of them I want to talk about today specifically is my bundled course, which is 2 classes. So it's my go-to class, which is what I call my flagship course, that includes everything that, when I'm creating a piece, I'm going to go through some exercises with you. That one is several hours long, and I go through it step by step. It's not sped up like it is here. It is real time, and I am talking to you the whole time I'm creating, and I'm thinking out loud, and you're hearing me as my thought process goes through creating pieces of art. And then the other piece that's bundled with this set is the concertina. Now, concertina, again, super fun. On both of these, we are working on paper, and the concertina, it's like an accordion little journal. And so I walk you through just kind of a half accordion journal just to get you started so that you can see how I like to do those. And they're super fun. And then I show you several ways that you can share those with other people. Okay, we're coming to the end here, and I am doing some splatters just so I can add one more layer before I probably end up drying this and before I go into doing some mark making. There we go. I am drying it because I like to go right into my final mark making. Now, what I love about this is that I didn't spend a ton of time on this on these four. Like I have, the longer I spend on them, the tighter I get. And so, again, this was back in April. Right now we're at the beginning of July, and I do remember struggling with spending some too much time on some of those pieces. I'm grabbing some colors. Often I'll grab colors that are similar to what I've already got there. Sometimes I will pop a few colors in there just to add some more interest to the piece, or the pieces in this case. Starting with a regular pencil, like I often do, just like, at the very beginning, I usually start with a pencil. Same with this final mark making. Now, I will say one thing about Novacolor paints. They always dry flat, and so you can do all of this mark making on top of the paint once it's dry. I have used other paints where it dries so plastic-like. I know acrylics are plastic, but they have such a sheen that I couldn't do my final mark making on top of the paint, which was so frustrating for me. So I never used those paints again. So that's another reason why I love these Novacolor paints. Now, the fun thing about final mark making is if you didn't put down some marks where maybe you could have with paint, this is your chance to do that. And I really love doing that with crayons like I just did here for those top two. I really filled in quite a bit. And then here, I like to kind of rub it in. I'm using a China marker, a white one, but I can still rub that in with my finger a bit so that it looks more painted in as opposed to drawn in. So grabbing some yellow here, trying to figure out where to put it. So final mark making is all about just kind of adding those final touches. I am not trying to drastically change anything at this point. I just want to, add a little pop here and there. Add some scribbles in there too. I love doing that at the very end. And then I'll often come in and just erase back just a little bit of that. All right, I might be close to the end here. It looks like I'm trying to add a little pop of color to these because it's very monochromatic in my opinion, even though we do have some yellow, which is contrasting with the teal colors. So, all right, I'm going to peel this back because we are done. And sometimes I will use my heating tool. Uh-oh, okay. Oh, this, I forgot about this. My camera ended up falling off of my holder. Luckily, it didn't fall into the paint or anything like that. Um, yeah, anyway, I put it back up there. So sometimes I will using my, oh, here we go. So I'm going to heat it up because sometimes it will stick a bit too much, but if you heat it up, you can usually avoid lifting up the paper with it. Although sometimes I still end up lifting up the paper. I've been having a hard time finding a really good tape that is absolutely never going to lift the paper up. However, it might be the paper that I'm using. Maybe it's just, easier to lift that up. Here I'm looking for an eraser. I think I'm going to erase, yeah. I put markings where the center was so that I can put the tape down. And here we go. Here's some close-ups. And I really love those final marks, especially that one on the right there, where you can really see those crayon marks. And super happy with the way these turned out. I think up close you can see it so much better in terms of, my final mark making. I'm going to quickly show you where I am. It's called Three Island Crossing. It's in southern Idaho. I spent like 5 or 6 days here watching whatever movie or whatever show and just listening to that as I'm creating. And I think I'm getting up so I can also show you around a bit. There's my kitchen over there. Oh, and I laid out a whole bunch of pieces that I'm considering and finishing up and thinking about and all that good stuff. And then here you can kind of see the water over to the left there. But it was a fantastic space. All right, here's the 4 together, and then I'll show you some individual ones. There's one, the second one, And then as I show you third and fourth, I just want to say, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Please give me a thumbs up. It really helps me a lot. I'm trying to grow this following to over 100,000. And by you sharing this with your friends, it really helps. All right, so again, you can subscribe here and watch some more videos. And I hope to see you in the next video. So wishing you a super fabulous and creative day. Take care.